This show is going to kill me. What is up, you guys? I'm the SuperAnimeGirl, and this is Season 2, Episode 3 of the Space Dandy Vlogs. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get the story out of the way. Space Dandy, meow, QT, hungry. Instead of buying food, Space Dandy buys this dildo-looking flashlight that teleports people to other worlds. And just weirdness. Fish. Things. Naturally, Meow is starving to death, and he gets mad at Dandy for buying a flashlight instead of food, shines the light onto Dandy's head, which teleports his head to this planet called Pushy Boyfriend, where there's only one fish. I don't understand it either. Anyway, this fish thinks Dandy's an alien, and vice versa. And they get on this, halibut thing that's moving them around the planet, and then Meow flashes the teleportation light into the reflection, which reflects off of him, therefore teleporting him. Dandy's a whole body at this point. I don't understand it either. And yeah, they start talking to the fish. The fish is basically saying he's from this planet called Planet Girlfriend. Get it? Haha. Anyway, he's saying that his planet's gonna burn up and that he needs to get back to Planet Girlfriend. But he made a ship, but he's too small to carry it, so Dandy's like, okay, use the teleportation light, but the batteries die. And the ship only gets teleported like halfway there, so they have to carry it up the rest of the way. But they do get that ship working, and they go to Planet Girlfriend, and just shit ensues. What happens is that no one believes that their world is ending because they think he's just a crazy person. And they all talk like with that SoCal kind of lingo, like, oh my god, that is what they all sound like, and then they all burn. Just kind of happy for that. And Fishy dies, and then they all go back and eat him. That is the entire episode. I'm not even going to talk about Pokemon Badgeye or his sidekick because they did nothing again. They died. Again. Seriously, Studio Bones, do something with them. What I really want to talk about is the animation. Holy shit. It looked so fundamentally different than every episode thus far in Space Dandy, which bothers me. I absolutely hate when it goes from one style to another for no reason whatsoever. And that's what it did. I genuinely thought, holy shit, Bones ran out of their budget. They were doing some other anime, but no. After watching this episode, I looked into it. I looked into who was directing and writing and doing the art direction for this show. And I was not surprised to find out the person that was supervising this whole thing was Masasaki Yusa, a man who has actually done a lot of really good work, like Ping Pong, Kick Heart, Adventure Time? I'm not kidding, look at his wiki page. He did like season 6 episode. He did an episode of Adventure Time, which does conclude this man has done drugs. No one sober works on Cartoon Network. Now, if you're not well known to Yusa's work, Yusa is kind of like the avant-garde kind of douchey guy that you meet in school that says that just because you don't understand it, you're not artsy. That's his animation. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's always really cool to see something new. However, I bring up again, this was a complete 180 to the Space Dandy series. Why? I honestly do not know why they gave him complete control. Seriously, I looked it up. He was the director, the writer, the animation supervisor, and the storyboard artist. This was his episode. This wasn't his show. This was his episode. Studio Bones gave him Space Dandy and said, do whatever the fuck you want with it. And he essentially made it like one of his shows. No. I am not going to act like I am a big fan of his work, because it's a little bit of both. Like, there are days where I don't like it, and there are days where I'm like, oh, I understand it. And this was not one of them, because you completely changed the style. And holy shit. Just stick to animation. You are... I don't want to be mean, but the writing was really bad. I mean, he got the characters' basicness down, like the 3 main characters that you see every day. He didn't change that, but the story itself was really fucking depressing. Like, even by Space Dandy standards, it was really depressing. And dude, there was no comedy in this. The fish dies, and then they eat him because he's dead. I feel like in any other person's writing for this show, it would have been funny. It would have worked out. It would have been regular for this show. But here it was actually kind of disturbing, and I don't think the art style helped. And it got me thinking. I think Studio Bones did not know what to do this week, so they essentially handed him all the reins and said, do whatever the fuck you want, because we got nothing. And that is terrible production. It was just bad. Even with the mindfuck avant-garde art style, it still did not distract me from the fact that this was a badly written episode. And honestly, this is the first time in both seasons where I have not liked an episode. I mean, through a lot of these Space Dandy vlogs, there have been parts that I did not like, but would overall think it was an okay episode. Here I did not like it because, personally, for me anyway, the writing was not good. And for me, in television shows of any kind, anime, live action, it does not matter. If the writing is shit, nothing is going to make up for it. So bottom line, I hated this episode. This is the first time this has happened. I just did not like it. And that's all she wrote. Well, until next time, I'm the SuperAnimeGirl, and I will see you guys next week.